Hello my dear students, my name is Ms. Rashmi Chetri and today I am here with a new topic, parts of a plant. Okay, so kids, our body has different parts, right? Like we have hands, we have legs, we have eyes, we have ears, right? And each part has different function and each part is very essential, right? Very similarly, a plant also have different parts and each part is very much essential. Okay. So before moving forward, I want to show you one thing. Okay. See, what is this? This is a plant. Okay. So before I proceed, I want to show you the various parts of plant. Okay. This is called root. Say along with me, read along with me. This is called root and this is called stem. Okay, this is called root, this is called stem, this is called leaves, alright. And there are more two parts, that is flower and fruits. Okay, so children, a plant basically can be categorized into two main parts, that is root system, and the other is shoot system. So what is that? A question may arise, right? So let me tell you that this is called root that grows below the ground and that grows above the ground. Which part grows above the ground? These all parts, right? So these parts is called shoot system. Okay? This is called roots and above the ground, that grows above the ground, that means all this is called shoot system. Okay? So we have learned about the two main parts of plant, that is root system and a shoot system. Okay. So let's start with the root system. Okay. What is root? What is root? I have shown you clearly. Okay. Now let's see the function of a root. Roots are very important as it helps to absorb. Means it helps the plant to go straight. Means it helps the branch or it helps the plant to move straight forward. Okay, it keeps the plant straight way by absorbing the mud, and also it waters. Means when we water the plant, suppose when we water the plant, then from where do we water it? From here or from here? We water the plant in the root. Now, so what it does is when we water it, this root absorbs all the water, and what it does with the help of this stem, all the water gets spread away. All the water gets spread away to the leaves and the other parts of a plant. Basically, the function of root is to absorb the water, and it helps the plant to fix in the soil. You might have noticed when we pluck out the plant, it doesn't comes out easily. Means it is quite difficult to pluck out the plant. Okay, because all these roots are stuck in the soil. Okay, children, don't pluck out the plants. Okay, don't pluck the plants. I have did this just to show you all, because plants are very essential as it gives oxygen. Okay, so don't do this. Okay, I have done just to show you all. Now, a roots can be a tap root or a fibrous root. Say with me, tap root or a fibrous root. Now, what are they? Okay, let me tell you. Kids, so a tap root is large and thick root that goes straight downward to the soil to collect water from deep down through the soil. Okay, like carrot, radish, and a fibrous root are a bunch of small root that grows outward through the plant, such as rice, wheat. Okay, all this. And roots also have another important function. Do you know that? What is that? Okay, vegetables we eat now, like radish and turnip. We all eat these vegetables now. Do you know that these are actually the roots? These are actually the root of a plant. Like radish and turnip, we all eat these as raw or we cook them, right? So these are actually the roots of a plant. Okay, so we have learned about the parts of a plant and we have also read about the roots. Okay, so to continue, all of you take out your books, that is Lakshmi Singh Science for class 3. Okay, Now we will read thoroughly, alright? So open to page number 14, okay, chapter number 2, that is parts of a plant, and get ready with the pencil as we are going to underline the hard words too, alright? So plants have different parts, each part has some important function. As I told you, I gave you the example of our body. Okay, now a plant has two main parts, that is the root system and the shoot system. Underline the word root and shoot. Okay. So root, what is roots? Let's see. Roots generally grow below the ground. It grows below the ground. Okay. And important function of roots are they keep the plant anchored or fixed to the soil. Second, they help the plant to absorb water and nutrients present in the soil. A plant needs this to grow and make its own food. So kids, I told you in the previous chapter that plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, air and water, and the process is called photosynthesis. Okay. So now in page number 15, plants can have either tap roots or fibrous root system. Now what are they? Let's see. A tap root, underline the word tap root. A tap root is a large, thick root that grows straight down from a plant in order to collect water and minerals from deep in the soil. It has small roots branching out of it. Examples of plants with tap roots are radish, carrot, mustard and bean. Now let's see what is fibrous root, okay? A fibrous root system is composed of a bunch of small branching roots that grow outward from the plant. They do not go deep into the soil. Grass, rice, wheat and onion are some common plants with fibrous root. Underline the word fibrous, okay? Both taproot and fibrous root. In some plants, roots have another function. They store food. As I told you, the vegetables that we eat like radish, turnip, these are actually the roots. They store food. Vegetables such as beetroot, carrot, radish and turnip are actually the roots of a plant. Okay, we have known about roots. Now let's move further to stem. Okay, I have shown you in that plant what is which part is stem, right? So stem is the main part of the shoot system that grows above the ground. Okay, what I told you before, that shoot system grows above the ground. So stem is the main part of the shoot system. The other basic parts of plant are namely leaves, flowers, fruits that grows on the stem. Important function of the stem are, now let's read about the important function of stem. Okay. It provides support for the plant and keeps it upright, okay, and it allows the leaves to reach sunlight that they need to produce food. Now tell me that what a plant needs to produce food? It needs sunlight, air and water, okay. So turn the page, it's page number 16. It carries water and nutrients absorbed by the roots to the leaves and the other parts of the plant. As I told you that roots, when we water the plant, we don't water it from the upward. We always water that plant from downward, that is in the mud. Because inside that mud, what we get there? Root, right? So root absorbs the water and the water passes away from the stem and it spreads to all the other parts of the plant like leaves, flowers, fruits, okay. Now, stems of some plants store food and are eaten as vegetables like potato, ginger, sugarcane are such some examples, okay. Stems can be soft, hard or weak also, okay. Trees such as mango and coconut trees, they have thick and hard stem and they are called trunk. Have you seen the mango tree or the coconut tree? Their stem are very large and thick and it's very strong, that is called trunk. Okay, so, underline the word trunk. Now second, shrubs are very, you have you gone through the rose plant? That plant is very short and there are several stems growing near the ground. right? That are called shrubs. Okay, shrubs are short woody plants with several stems growing near the ground, like rose and bougainvillea are such example of shrubs. Okay. Now climbers. Climbers are plants with weak stem that need support to grow upright. Okay, like have you seen money plant or grapevine? It needs support. It takes the support of the wall to grow upright. Okay, it can't means it cannot grow with some support. Just like money plant, when we seed it, what happens? It takes the help of the wall to grow upright. Those plants are called climbers. Okay. Climbers are plants with weak stem that need some support to grow upright. For example, money plant and grapevine. Pumpkin and watermelon plants have very weak and soft stem. That is why they creep along with the ground. Okay, they are called creepers. These plants creep along the ground as they grow, and are called creepers. Okay, like pumpkin, watermelon, the fruits are very big, but the stems are very weak and soft. So that's why it doesn't goes upright. It always creeps along with the ground. So that's why it is called creepers. Okay. Now we have learned about root also, stem also, and I have shown you that plant which part is called root, which is called stem. Now let's move on to the leaf. Okay. Leaves are of different shapes and size. Okay. Green leaves are the food making factory of a plant. Here are some important functions of the leaf. As I told you that plants prepare their own food and leaves are the main source of making food. Okay. So green leaves contain chlorophyll. Green leaves contains a substance that helps to absorb light, and that substance is called chlorophyll. Everyone underline the word chlorophyll and say with me, chlorophyll. Okay. Leaves are the site of food making process called photosynthesis. The process of making food is called photosynthesis. I have told you before also. And leaves are the important source of food making process. Okay, which uses light, water, and sunlight. Light, water, and air to make food. Just like we need ingredients, different types of ingredients to make food, right? Similarly, a plant needs air, sunlight and water to prepare their own food. Leaves give out oxygen, a gas which is very essential for all living things. As I told you that do not plug any flower or plants. Okay, I have plugged out that just to show you all, because plants give out a gas that is called oxygen. Okay, and this gas is very important, very much essential for all living things. Okay. Now turn the page number 17. Okay, leaves of some plants store food. We eat some leaves of the plant as a food also, like cabbage, spinach and lettuce are some leafy vegetables that we eat. Means these type of plants we eat, they store food in leaves only. So we eat that leaves as a vegetable. Have you do you like cabbage or spinach? Palak, bandha gobi. Yes, these are the leaves only that we eat. Just before I told you that radish, turnip we eat now, that is actually the roots of a plant. Very similarly here, like cabbage and spinach are the leaves that we eat as a vegetable. Means the leaves itself stores food. Okay. Now we have learned stem, root and leaf. Now we will move forward to flowers, fruits and seeds. Okay. Flowers are the most beautiful parts of a plant. Some flowers have a nice smell too. Flowers also help the plant to reproduce. When we go through any garden, flower garden, we look means in variety. We get there different colors of flowers, right? We like that all, right? So flowers are the most beautiful parts of a plant. Some flowers have a nice smell too. Flowers also help the plant to reproduce. Some flowers store food, such as broccoli and cauliflower. Broccoli and cauliflower are the flowers itself of a plant that we eat as a vegetables. Okay. Some flowers store food like broccoli and cauliflower are some flowers that we eat. Most flowers become fruits that have seeds within them. A fruit may have one seed, few seeds or many seeds. For example, mango has only one seed, apple has few seeds, and watermelon has many seeds, and seeds grow into a new plant. When you seed, when you are going to plant any means when you seed anything, okay, inside the mud, then what happens is, if it gets proper amount of sunlight, water, then it will grow means among itself, okay, when you seed anything inside the mud, okay. So seed to a new plant. Now let's see how does a seed grows into a new plant, okay. The seed of a plant, when buried in the soil and given proper appropriate amount of sunlight, air and water, or nutrients, then it grows into a new plant. Like apple or mango, when we bury that seeds inside the soil, then what it happens is, if it gets the proper amount of sunlight, water and air, then what it happens, it grows into a new plant, and that process is called germination, okay. So underline the word germination and read along with me, germination, okay. When we bury, again I am going to repeat that, when we bury a seed inside the soil, and if it gets a proper nutrients, sunlight, air and water, then it grows into a new plant, and this process is called germination, okay. Two things we have learned. I have also explained you in the previous chapter that what is photosynthesis, okay, the process that plants prepare their own food and with the help of air, sunlight and water. This process is called photosynthesis. And the second one is, when we bury a seed inside the soil, and if it gets a proper amount of nutrients, air, sunlight and water, then it grows into a new plant, and this process is called germination, okay. So what are the parts of a plant? Again I am going to tell you that this is a root, okay. This is a root, this is a stem, this is a leaves, and there are more two parts, that is fruit and flower, okay. And what we have learned today in this chapter of various parts of plant, and the plants has different types, okay, and each a plant has various parts, and all these parts are very essential, okay, and plants gives us oxygen, that is very important for all the living things. We have learned about roots, we have learned about stem, flowers, the seeds, right, and leaves, okay. So after, I hope that you all have understand the chapter. Now I am going to give you one activity. So the activity is observing the process of germination, okay. Just before I told you what is germination, right. So you have to observe the process of germination. For that, what you have to do is, you need a seed, okay, any type of seed like watermelon or any sunflower seed, you need a seed, and what you have to do, you have to fill the pot with soil, okay. First step is, you have to fill the pot with the soil. Then what you need to do, you have to bury that seed inside the soil, okay, and you have to place that pot in such a place where it gets proper sunlight, okay. First step was, you have to fill mud inside the pot, and then the second step is, you have to bury a seed inside the pot, inside that mud, and you have to place that container or a pot in such a place where it gets proper sunlight, and every day you need to water that, because to keep the soil moist, okay, but remember that too much watering it may be harmful, okay. Now every day in a daily wise, you have to observe that, and you have to write in your notebook the process. In the first day what happened, how you did, in the second day what you have saw, okay, and water that plant, and you have to water that every day, as you need to keep the soil moist. Don't water it too much, as it may be harmful, okay. So this was your activity, and this is your homework. You have to note down, and you also have to draw a parts of plant, and you have to label it in a piece of paper or in a notebooks, okay. I hope you all have understood the chapter very properly. So now we will move forward. forward to the exercise part. Okay. So students, over to page number 19. First of all, we will do objective type questions. Okay. You can write the answers in your book itself, and afterwards you will write the answers in your notebook. Okay. So first one is, name the following. A large thick root that grows straight down from a plant is known as taproot. Second, a root system composed of a bunch of small branching roots that grows outward from a plant is known as fibrous root. Okay. Third, parts of a plant that grows on the stem are leaves, flowers and fruit. Next, plants with weak stem that need some support to grow upright is known as climbers. And last one, present in green leaves, it helps to absorb light, that is chlorophyll. Okay. And second question, label the picture below. This is your homework. You have to do it by yourself, as I have shown you the parts of a plant. Okay. So you need to do this by yourself. Okay. This is your homework. Now question number 3, match the following. You have to match column A with column B. First one is mustard bean. Mustard bean is a taproot. Okay. Next is this one, grass rice. These grass and rice are fibrous root. Third, creepers. Example of creepers. What is creepers? It is a weak stem. Okay. And the last one, cabbage and spinach are leaves that store food. Okay. Now question number 4, complete the table below by filling the missing blanks. Types of plants. First, in the first column you will see there the types of plant, and in the second column examples are given, and in the third column features are given out, right? So the first one is tree, types of plant. First one will be tree, and the example is mango, and the feature is hard stem called trunk. Okay. Second one is shrub. Okay, types of plant, shrub, and example is rose and bougainvillea, and the feature is short woody plants. The third type of plant is climber, and its example is money plant, and the features are need support to grow upright. And the last one is types of plant will be creepers, and example is pumpkin, and the feature is creep along the ground. Okay. Now turn the page number 20. We will do multiple choice questions. Okay. Tick the correct option. Number A, which of these plant has a taproot system? Mustard. Number B, which of these plant has a fibrous root system? Onion. Number C, which of these is a root that stores food? Turnip. Number D, these are woody plants with several stems growing near the ground, that is shrubs. And the last one, all of these are leaves that store food except broccoli. Okay, because broccoli is a flower itself. Okay. So students, now we will do subjective type question, but you have to write the answers in your exercise book. Okay. So the first question, how are roots important for a plant? Roots are important because they keep the plants anchored or fixed to the soil. Number B, they help the plants to absorb water and nutrients present in the soil. Okay. Second question, what functions does a stem have? Important function of the stem are, it provides support for the plant and keeps it upright. Second, it allows the leaves to reach sunlight that they need to produce food. Okay. So the third question is, why green leaves are called the food producing factories of a plant? Green leaves contain chlorophyll, which helps to absorb light. Leaves are the site of food making process called photosynthesis. This is why green leaves are called food making factory of a plant. Number D, what are the other basic parts of a plant? Describe their functions. The other basic parts of a plant are flowers, fruits and seeds. And what are their functions? Let's see. Flowers, they help the plant to reproduce. Fruits, most flowers become fruit that have seeds within them. And the third one, seeds, it grows into new plant. And the last question, what is germination? The process of growth of seed that grows into a new plant is called germination. Okay. Children, you can also also collect all this content and PDF in our school website, that is www.bsnes.in. Okay, I hope that you all have understood the chapter very properly. So let's meet up in the next video. Till then, bye bye.